Hello everybody. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I just want to thank everybody that showed their love, support, and even feedback on my last episode. For those people that did so, thank you very much. Welcome back. And for those of you who are listening for the very first time, welcome. My name is Javier Velez and I will be your host for today's segment. In this episode, I plan on covering part 2 of the NFL Divisional Round between the Cleveland Browns and the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. The nightcap game of the doubleheader is between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. On that note, I plan on introducing the games to you guys, giving you guys insights and facts, predicting the winner and the score, and also giving my opinion on sports bets if I were to take any. With that being said, let's get this thing popping. Let's get right into things with the first matchup of the day. We got the Cleveland Browns visiting the Kansas City Chiefs. This game will be on January 17th. It will air at 12:05 p.m. Pacific time, and it also will be aired on the channel CBS. You can also expect Jim Nantz and Tony Romo to be your commentary for the game. Now, I'll be honest, I was the majority of the people that watch football. Once I heard this matchup, I'm just like, I don't know, man. Kansas City Chiefs are going to blow out the Browns, you know what I'm saying? Who wants to see the Browns in the next round? After doing a little bit of research, I had a change in perspective. Here's what I mean. Check this out. Did you know that the Browns haven't lost by more than 10 points since week 6? Did you also know that the Chiefs haven't won by more than 10 points since week 8? That's crazy, huh? As I did mention in my last podcast, the NFL is approaching their week 19 this weekend, so that just gives a better perspective on how good those stats really are. One last stat that really changed my perspective on the Browns. Did you know that the Browns are 11-0 when they don't have a negative turnover margin? But when they do, they're 1-5. That's such a difference in records that it's valuable to look at that stat again. Now, you know what they say, men lie, women lie, but stats and facts do not. Who let the dogs out? I don't know who let the dogs out, but I'm going to tell you who's going to put them back in. That's going to be my homie. Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs will be victorious by the time triple zeros hit. My prediction of the score would be 34-27 in favor of the Kansas City Chiefs. Now comes the last part for my sports bettors, my risk takers, and my go-getters. If there's one thing that I've said, and I'll consistently say it, is that every team this year is beatable. I don't care what you guys did last year, because 2020 and 2021 have proven that they are very unpredictable years. With that being said, Vegas set out this point spread to be at 10. Having what I said about both teams with 10 points earlier, I truly believe that the 10-point spread is in favor of the Browns for a couple of reasons. Number one, on paper, they have the offense to keep up with the Kansas City Chiefs. They are no scrubs. Number two, both games yesterday, the spread was exactly 14 points. For some reason, I get the strong feeling that today's games are going to be much closer, possibly even down to the wire. Last but not least, let's not forget my dog, Kareem Hunt. He used to play for the Kansas City Chiefs a couple years back. And there's always that extra motivation that you want to do good against your old team. With that being said, I also feel like that over is looking really nice. Both teams on paper have a lot of superstars on the field. I truly believe that one of these teams, if not both, will be in the 30-point mark range, so that just leaves the other team to cover up the deficit. Last but not least, we have the sexy divisional matchup between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the hosting New Orleans Saints. Let us dig in, shall we? This game will air on Fox at 3:40 p.m. and you can expect Joe Buck and Troy Aikman to be the commentary for this game. Now, both team and players have histories within each other. Since I didn't mention this is a divisional matchup, that basically means everybody in the division plays each other twice in the regular season. On an interesting note, yep, you guessed it, just like everybody predicted, the New Orleans Saints took both games against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the regular season. Ever since this matchup has become a reality, the media has non-stop talk about the quarterback matchups we are about to see. That involves Drew Brees and Tom Brady. These quarterbacks have been in the league for a minimum of 20 years. Wow, that is a very long time. I was literally starting kindergarten when these two quarterbacks were drafted. On another note, these two quarterbacks have met 7 times in their career, and Drew Brees has the upper hand with the 5-2 record against Tom Brady. Now I know there's some people that are saying, who gives a damn? At the end of the day, you said the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the New Orleans Saints. Okay, so let's talk about the two teams instead of just two people. The Saints had the 6th most rush yards per game and the most rush touchdowns in the NFL this year. The Buccaneers defense does a great job of containing that. They allow the fewest rush yards per game, and they also allow the fewest touchdowns in the NFL this year. That matchup should be a spectacular one to watch, so make sure you keep a close eye on that. But hold on, that's not the only matchup you should watch in this game. Dating back to last year, and possibly even before that, every time the Saints and the Buccaneers played each other, every time I would tune in, listen to the commentary, look on Twitter, look at what people got to say, I always heard people talk about the matchup between Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore. Now, it's not very likely that Marshawn Lattimore will line up with Mike Evans every single snap that Mike Evans is on the field. For that reason, Mike Evans just has trouble with the Saints defense altogether. This year, in all games that Mike Evans has played, he has averaged 81.7 yards per game. Do you know how much he averages against the Saints defense? 51.4. That is a dramatic drop from what he's averaging against other teams. Now, there's not one reason why the numbers dropped that much. Just go ahead and give credit to the Saints defense for doing their homework and watching film and making adjustments throughout the game just to keep Mike Evans at bay. Tom Brady's just playing out of his mind. He is 5-0 with 14 pass touchdowns and 1 interception since their Week 13 bye. As a result, I feel very comfortable predicting that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will go into New Orleans and come out with a victory. The score, 27-24 in favor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Come at me, bro. For my big ballers and shot callers, let's talk sports bets. With the spread basically being at 3 points, it's basically just a pick 'em, in my opinion. That's why I'm rolling with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the money line. I really think that Tom Brady gets his revenge, and it's going to be so much sweeter with winning money instead of risking more money. But I'll tell you what, just like the Browns and Chiefs game, I can definitely see this game going over. Vegas says that over at 52 points. And just like the first game, you have stars all over. You got it on the offense, you got it on the defense, you got it on the special team for both teams. So I expect a high scoring game from both teams. Thank you guys so much for listening for another episode. This has been your host, Javier Velez. As always, feel free to leave tips, comments, suggestions, any questions I can answer for you guys. Feel free to interact with me. I do get back to you as soon as I can. But with that being said, on Monday or Tuesday, I will be uploading new episodes based on what we saw this weekend on NFL Divisional Rounds. Until then, I hope you have a great day or even better night. Thank you, and you will be hearing from me pretty soon.